A debut for our good friend Cobra, longtime player in the classic Tetris Monthly cinematic universe across multiple levels, but first time here in the Masters event. Let's go and get him started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, very excited to have Cobra here. Let's get rid of that. That's not something we need to look at. Okay. So Cobra, I can't even find Cobra's Liquipedia page. Does Cobra have any results on Liquipedia? I don't think so. So now we're forcing Liquipedia to catch up. And Cobra gets his first ever Masters event Tetris. And another one. So both players with Tetrises on the board. Neko and Cobra with some push down points. Neko made his debut last month in August 2024's Classic Tetris Monthly, getting up a little bit high on this board. So really coming into this matchup, a combined total of 1 Masters event played. So, or is that not true? Is that not true? Hold on, maybe that's not true. No, I think that's true. Oh, Mega Masters, if you count Mega Masters. But, you know, the monthly Masters, no. So 105 from Cobra, 125 from Neko. Cobra from the USA, Neko from Russia. So we got a real Rocky IV scenario here. 148, Neko. Yeah, it's great to see new players in Masters. And really that's because, you know, no Alex T this month, no Fractal, no Pixel Andy. Players are kind of taking a break. You know, school starting. They want to get their, you know, take a little break and just focus on the right things, which I think is a good thing to do. I think players should take breaks. 204 here for Neko. 124 for Cobra. And yes, I don't think Neko has I don't think Neko's matches have they been released for the August ones? Yeah. I guess maybe they have on YouTube. I don't know the YouTube schedule, but Neko played really, really well. Let's just put it that way. 252 for Neko, 199 Cobra. I'm trying to see where... Yeah, so I tried to find, because I know Cobra has taken part in our Lone Star Championship. And so I found the Lone Star Championship page, and Cobra has a red name. So this, I don't know, we got to make Cobra blue again. How about that? Let's get Cobra a blue page or a blue link on Liquipedia. 295 for Cobra, 352 for Neko. So just under a 60,000 point lead for Neko. All right now after some, Neko's starting to spire again here. Game Scout says Liquipedia needs more contributors. Well, maybe we need to do a contributor drive, Scout. So I don't know if whoever is out there that is organizing this thing, if they want to make a slide or an event of it or something, I'm happy to promote it. I love Wikipedia. Sorry, well, I like Wikipedia. It's okay. But I love Liquipedia Tetris thing. I mean, I use it a lot. And we could definitely use more contributor. I mean, the Tetris community. I don't contribute. I should, but I got enough going on. Okay. 412, really separated by 15 points, these players. They're literally separated by push down points right now. So Cobra's I don't know. Is it 15? Yeah, 15 pushdown points separating these players right now. 436, 245 to 436, 260. Is CTM DAS coming in October? Yeah, I gotta admit, I was on the fence about it because we've just created so many scheduling headaches for ourselves, or I have created them as a result of all the extra brackets, and it was really wearing on me. But in the end, we will do DAS October. So I'm going to work on opening qualifiers tonight because people like it, and, you know, I can just stop being a baby. 537 for Neko, 516 for Cobra into 19. Does contributing work like how it does for Wikipedia? I think so. Game Scout says maybe Old Testament Vandy needs to come back. Second Saturday of the month, take it or leave it. You know, honestly, that is probably what. There's got to be a hybridized form of that. There's going to be a hybridized format for the scheduling that does have like a take it or leave it. If you can't play, don't qualify. 667 Neko, 645 Cobra. I mean, my most important goal with DAS Masters was to be kind of a warm-up period, kind of a bridge to the Jonas Cup, so that players would have a practical impetus and then, you know, a prize pool to sort of motivate them to see what they can do on DAS. And I think we've helped make that happen. So 732 Cobra, 754 Neko. There's a Tetris Cobra. Oh, Mari coming in with the stats. Yeah, Cobra's always been one of those players you think, man, he's got a shot in Masters. And it's just so tight. Like the top 16 is just so tight. And really, with our rules right now, top 16 is not even a top 16. It's more like a top 11 because all the semifinalists from the previous month get in, plus the challenger circuit. And, you know, a lot of times they do get in anyway, and those rules aren't required. But once in a while, they don't get in, and it just kind of, I don't know. So we've made it a little, we're starting in October. It's going to be a little different where just the finalists get, you know, promoted back into Masters along with the challenger circuit. So we're cutting out 2 of those guaranteed spots, which I think is good overall. Oh, nice line spin there for Neko. Kind of almost like, look at these flip tucks and just kind of desperation flip tucks underneath that diving board. And yeah, Neko there. And that was really close to 29. You can see Neko just a few thousand points away from the max out here and just 7 lines away from 29. Both players have the max out, just 6,000 points separating them. And I'll talk about match stats level 18 there, Mari. Your effort has not gone to waste, but not in 29. All right, just about 7,000 points. Cobra is the first one into 29 and immediately hangs an S-piece and a bar on that left side. And Neko is already good. So Neko will take game number 1. And you know what? Maxing out in your first ever Masters match is not bad. I feel like I have seen really shaky starts from players in their debut matches. And this was not one of them. So, Cobra, you've done well. At least you didn't early top out. Yeah, for sure. Game number 2, Neko is up 1-0 over Cobra. 3-2-1 Tetris. So Cobra with an extensive match history in the classic Tetris scene overall is 39th ranked in ELO overall. Now, of course, that seems, 39th best player, but that includes a lot of players who are not really that active anymore. and has a 68.8 winning percentage over 192 matches, so 132 and 60 across matches. Pretty good. Neko is just the 44 matches in the Classic Tetris match database with a 57% winning percentage, 25 and 19, and an ELO ranking of 30. So a little bit higher in the ELO rankings, Neko. But again, that does include players that are not super active. And Cobra has taken part in Mega Masters, going up against Maisie, winning that in a decider in Mega Masters, and losing to Blue Scooty in a sweep. And that was 2024 Mega Masters. But but a lot of experience in Classic Tetris League and friendlies, and did play in CTWC this year, going out against Vicious Rhubarb. And Neko, with just really the one Masters result, went out in round one last month against Miles. So two very green, fresh faces, and I'm here for it. What's ELO again? ELO is a ranking that's kind of based on wins and losses versus opponents' strength. And you kind of move up and down this ladder based on how many points that kind of calculation gets you. It's used primarily in chess, but there are other sports and mind sports and esports that use it as well. $147 Neko, $163 for Cobra. All right, Neko gets a Tetris. I think there have been times in the past where Cobra would have gotten into Masters, but for some of those automatic promotion spots. But now, really, just blasting into Masters is the number 6 seed. Just if you get the 6 seed, you earned it. Hilbert Space, thank you for the $20 contribution to the prize pool. Really appreciate that. If you want to contribute to the prize pool, that would help a lot. Everybody who's out there, that gets us up to 1301.11. All right, kind of a low transition, not a transition, sorry, low pace here for Neko through about 89 lines. Usually through about 80 lines, you would love to be at least over 300,000. So Neko trailing that a little bit. So has some pace to work out. And same thing for Cobra. A little bit of a low pace right now. Ideally, you would love to have about 100,000 points per 20 lines. That would be a very, very good, mid 600 pace. So you want to call this a medium pace? You could do that. Tetris Cobra 402, 403 for Neko. Again, this is just a one. I guess it doesn't matter for the YouTube VOD, but just for you watching, this is a one match stream. Now the scenario today is Saturday, September 14th. Tomorrow, the 15th. Tomorrow we will have Dog and Dan V. That's going to be at 2 p.m. Central Time, so basically 1 hour later. 25 hours from the start time of this one, right? Let's put it that way. That'll be Dog and Dan V. If Cobra wins, then we will complete the bracket right then and there. And if Neko wins, then it will complete on the 21st. I mean, scheduling has been a little bit of a nightmare just You know, scheduling people across multiple time zones always a challenge, but we do our best to accommodate our players. .506 transition for Neko. And Cobra gunning here for at least 500K plus transition. If you're lower than 500K, that's, you know, a little less than you're looking for. But 508K transition from Cobra. And we are basically, I don't know, we're pretty much tied. I mean, when you take into account the lines and the scores and all that, pretty much tied pace. We do everything we can not to break up the brackets. I don't want to get into the habit of it. And if it turns out that people are like, oh, well, can't we just break up the bracket? And this starts happening a lot, we're probably going to switch our scheduling system overall to a take it or leave it, play on Saturday or don't system like we used to have back in the day. As Game Scout calls it, Old Testament vandweller. But we're not going to get in the habit of it. It's a one-time exception. Tetris Neko 684, 647 Cobra. You know, we recognize that not everybody's available all the time. People have work and school and family situations that they can't always, you know, go at every hour of the evening or whatever. And it's especially tough on our European players, especially our like Eastern European players and beyond. Why do they start at level 18? It's sort of become customary because it's the highest level that very efficient play can be done. And it's you know, I mean, you can do level 19 starts, but that ends up also being kind of boring because it's 230 lines of the same speed. So 18, it's also a good kind of reset in between high intensity matches. Like you play a high intensity match from 29 and then jump right back into a 19 star is tough. So a lot of reasons, but it's basically the pro starting level. Yeah, we are super close. We're separated by about 3 lines in one Tetris. And Neko going to get a dirty Tetris 915. So Neko 216 lines, Cobra 207 lines. So about 10 lines separating the players, 9 or 10. DJ Mr. Burrow with the prime resub. Thank you. 10 months. Says, I got my bears back. Nice. Yeah, I like our emotes. I think our emotes are very useful. If you're just a Twitch person who likes to use emotes on Twitch, then they're very expressive and noticeable. So they're good to have. Max out here for Neko and immediately is going to top out. Kind of double flip there. Transition kind of high and then double flip that bar. Chasedown for Cobra is already done. And it was an A05 needed. So players are, I mean, this is kind of 2019 or 2020 Tetris. Like get to 29 and top out really is what we're experiencing here. Like max out at 29 and top out is what we have experienced so far. What was once a best of 5, now a virtual best of 3 between these two players. Let's go 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Madelsberger's here. Ratchet 1729 is also here, so thank goodness. And on the YouTube side, Josh, Hunter, Chen, Lone Wolf Z24, EQE. Thanks for hanging out. Whoops. Fluffy Lemur. Are lemurs fluffy? I'm going to look that up. Lemur. They don't look particularly fluffy. They look kind of like, they have the same coat as like a domestic short hair cat. So I would like to see a truly fluffy lemur. Lone Wolf says, just don't go angry Vandy on me, Vandy. I'll try not to. Just don't do anything that merits my ire and wrath. All right, both players had square tuck setups. They have tucked their squares in there, and they are Tetrising 137 Neko 120 for Cobra. All right, Fluffy Lemur is the example of the Fluffy Lemur, I guess. Lemurs have those scary eyes. Have you Googled a lemur lately? They got intense eyes. $235 for Neko, $193 for Cobra. All right, Cobra gets a Tetris, $239. Here on level 18, pieces fall one row every 3 frames. So they take 1 second to reach the bottom. Wow. All right, we're just about halfway to transition. 328 for Neko, 288 for Cobra. Neko kind of piling high in column 1 and 2. It's probably like 16 or 17 high over there in that column 2. But then a sharp drop off to like a normal looking stack. Well, normal-ish. Trying to bring this down. Oh, it's setting up for a dirty Tetris in column 5. Neko. And kind of all in on this because has a lot of garbage over covering that well. Gets the Tetris and still has about 4 or 5 rows of garbage over the right side well. And there's a kind of pesky gap in the stack there that we'll have to contend with as well. About 5 rows up. It's going to bring that down. 366 Cobra, 394 Neko. Tetris is on level 18, worth 22,800, so just about 23,000, which means that Cobra is about a Tetris behind, although is also behind 4 lines. So pretty much neck and neck. If you take those 4 lines to be a Tetris, then they are virtually tied. So just the one match today, tomorrow, basically 24 hours from now. Sue is here with the coffee. Thanks, Sue. You're welcome. All right, Sue has left the house for coffee. It's a very American thing to do, isn't it, right? Leave the house for pre-made coffee and then bring it home. So yeah, tomorrow will be Dan V versus Dog. And what happens after that depends on who the winner is of this very match. So Cobra kind of piled up high. He's got a right heavy board. He's going to get a dirty Tetris, though, on the left side of the board. And he's got a few rows of garbage over the right side where he wants to reestablish a well. And we're just a couple of lines away from the 19 transition. And Neko is in at 562. Cobra in at 523. Now piece is taking 2/3 of a second to reach the bottom. A 50% score speed increase from level 18. Lashal with the prime sub, 22 months from Lashal. I haven't had coffee yet, so. Ramble on Ian says, Vandy, I'd love to make you a pour over at the coffee shop I work at. Well, if it's in Austin, I'm there. But I don't think you're in Austin. But that's one thing I could see getting like snappy about is coffee, you know. You always want to have one thing that you're a snob about. 670 Cobra, 756 Neko. It is September, so this is a good time if you're kind of like a monthly subscriber. It's a good time to sort of upgrade or extend your Twitch membership to like a multi-month membership because you will get a discount. So if you're going to do it anyway, there's no reason not to do it now for September. 874 Neko, 690 for Cobra. Cobra gets a Tetris 720, and Neko has opened up about 150,000 point lead when their lines are the same. Tetris Neko, 938. And don't forget that if you're an Amazon Prime member, you do get a free Twitch Prime subscription that you can apply to the streamer of your choice every month. Use it or lose it. You don't have to use it for us, but don't let it go to waste. I mean, put us in the rotation. That's all I ask. A69 for Neko, 825 for Cobra. So Neko is open up this lead to, 200,000 points. Kip Duron with the prime sub. Right on cue. Thank you, Kip. Appreciate it. B77 for Neko. Just 2 lines away from 29. Looking to see if he can get a 1.2. Takes a skim. There's a Tetris and has a 1.2, a C14 into 29. Tetris for Cobra. He's going to transition at 974. So over a 200,000 point lead for Neko at transition. Neko's been very, very efficient. Has got the 1.3 here on 30. And we'll see what happens here. It's tricky to know exactly how to handle these situations. Like, do you kind of expect people to top out? And, Neko's board starting to climb a little bit. That left side is cut off and hangs another bar. So the target for Cobra is D11. We have a huge Chasedown. Cobra with the 1.2 million. Neko with the 1.31 million. 1.02 million, sorry, 1.02, not 1.2, 1.02 million. So it needs to get to D11. It's a huge Chasedown. Yeah, it is a 300,000 point Chasedown. You don't see those a lot. So we'll see what Cobra can do here. He's now got 50 lines to try and chase this down. Now, Tetris's right on this level are 40,000 points. So it gives you a sense of what is required. So still needs about 250,000 points. That's, that left side for Cobra. He gets a piece over there, but cannot chase it down. And that's a tall order anyway to expect someone to chase down 300K on 29. But wow. I mean, Neko was able to he was just pacing the entire way through 19. Cobra needs to win this game 4 to force a deciding game 5 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. All right, Cobra with the 5 pushdown points. Neko looking for Tetris number 1 and looking for it in column 7. And we'll get that column 7 Tetris. All right, he's going to spin that L in to fix this board up. Cobalt. 69,000 for Cobra, 52 for Neko. Neko with a little gap there. And I have to waste about 3 lines burning to get rid of that. Tetris Cobra 138, 100,000 for Neko. They did, these two players did meet up in Classic Tetris League last month, and Cobra took that one in a sweep. So Cobra knows he can do it, looking to win this one to give us a decider. Oh, that is kind of a mess for Neko, kind of an unintentional Vitz shape setup up top. And I don't know what Neko can do, oh my word. And Neko is going to top out at 130 lines, and Cobra has been given a gift. And we have been given a gift of a decider. Everybody loves a decider, although maybe everyone except Neko right now. All right, Cobra's ready. Let's start before that jackhammer kicks in again. Both players have got the same pieces, and we have got us a decider. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Cobra with the 10 pushdown points. Ramble on Ian says, snacking on some freeze-dried mangoes for the first time right now, would recommend. Dried mango. Who else was snacking on dried? Oh, I think AV Geek was like, oh, dried strawberries. I think they were snacking on dried strawberries. And that sounded really good too. I don't know why I remember like what AV Geek was snacking on 2 months ago, but somehow I do remember that. But ask me who won Masters last month. I don't know. $116 Neko, 60,000 for Cobra as we get underway in this deciding game 5. And my goodness, I didn't even put the decider on the screen. There it is. All right, 169 for Neko, 131 Cobra. $238 Neko, 182 for Cobra, 50,000 points down. Back by about 2 lines is Cobra right now. All right, we're halfway to the level 19 transition. 307 Neko, 273 for Cobra. So these are the paces they are looking for. Tetris Neko, 356, 300,000 for Cobra. All right, Cobra a little spiry there, and having to build around that ends up creating a bar dependency column 2. So he's going to just chuck some pieces into that and just try to bring it down. 407 for Neko. Neko, good, clean, flat. Getting a Tetris 432. Hey, Vandy, is there any requirements for qualifying for CTM? Are there any requirements? Yeah, I mean, of course, there's requirements. Are there any requirements? $426 Cobra, 460 for Neko. I mean, you got to be alive. You got to play NES Tetris. You got to stream it to Twitch. Do you need a hand cam? If you're new, I don't remember exactly the rules. Go to ctm.gg/rules, or I don't remember the exact hand cam rules. Someone direct Skibbity where they need to go. 485 Neko, 453 Cobra. $489 transition for Cobra, $541 for Neko. It's all going to come down to the next couple hundred lines, which are falling faster and faster. All right, Neko going to build out that left side, nice flat. Gets a Tetris on that right side, 620. Double tuck for Neko of that J piece. And Neko line dependent there, ends up chucking an L or a J into that. And so Neko with some burning to do here. This is going to allow Cobra to sort of get a score lead here. And now Neko kind of getting up a little bit high, able to bring this stack down. Now set up for a dirty split triple. And we'll get it. And that will bring Neko back down to safety. But now Cobra has got a lead of about 15,000 points. There's a Tetris Neko back into the lead. And another Tetris. So Cobra had a little gap in the stack that kind of slowed him down from scoring Tetrises. Tetris Neko 809, and some more gaps here for Cobra. Another Tetris for Neko. He's got a few tuck setups here that he's... Oh, and that's going to actually set up a Vitz. that's delayed, but he's going to have to end up putting a lot of weight on top of that. Well on the right side. Gets the bar to complete the Vits. And now just the Tetris needs that. And waiting on a bar, gets the bar, and there it is. 882 for Neko, 752 for Cobra. So Neko jumps out to about 125,000 point lead. Tetris for Neko into 28. Tetris for Cobra, 803. Another one for him. He's back by about 120,000 points with the same lines. And Neko just one line away from the 29 transition. And so is Cobra. And Cobra is in at 875. Neko going to have to triple with an awkward board into 29. And he's going to have to get something and just build out that left and creating gaps. And that's going to be a top out for Neko at A14. A14. And so the target is A15. Cobra with another Chasedown. This one's smaller, needs about 110,000 points to secure it. So the target is A15. Cobra's got forever and a day to do it. Tetris is here worth about 38,000, something like that. So that means 3 Tetrises here would easily do it. And no, that left side for Cobra. Oh no, and he's gonna cut off that left side and he cannot complete the Chasedown. He cannot complete it, and Neko is going to survive and move on to round 2. But a good performance here from Cobra overall in the first ever appearance for him in Classic Tetris Monthly Masters event. The first of many, to be sure. So Neko, though, will be the one advancing to round 2. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.